The heavy wooden door creaked ominously as Jude stepped over the threshold of the old Harrington house, the air thick with the scent of dust and mildew. He didn't know how long it had stood empty, but the chill that clung to the air hinted at countless memories buried within its rotting walls. His flashlight beam danced across the peeling wallpaper, illuminating faded floral patterns that seemed to sag under the weight of sorrow. As he wandered deeper into the house, he heard a soft thud echo from behind a closed door at the end of a dim hallway. The light flickered overhead, casting long, wavering shadows that twisted into grotesque shapes. A sense of unease prickled at the back of his neck. Something felt off about that door. A brass plaque with tarnished lettering caught his eye. "Do not open." Jude hesitated, the thrill of adventure battling with the gnawing instinct to heed the warning. The silence grew thicker as he approached, each cautious step muffled by the threadbare carpet. A faint, musty odor wafted through the crack beneath the door, something almost sweet, like decayed fruit, mixed with the metallic scent of rust. With trembling hands, he turned the knob, and it clicked open with an unsettling sound that echoed through the stillness. Pushing the door ajar, he peered inside. The room was cloaked in shadow, but a smattering of dust motes danced in the beam of his flashlight, twinkling like distant stars. Against the far wall stood an empty rocking chair, slowly moving back and forth, as if recently abandoned by a restless occupant. A constricting silence enveloped him, punctuated only by the creaking of the chair. A shimmer caught his eye, a mirror hanging crookedly on the wall. The surface gleamed unnaturally, pulling him closer, whispering secrets. As he stepped forward, the temperature plummeted, sending a shiver racing down his spine. His breath formed icy clouds in the air, swirling like specters around him. Suddenly he thought he heard a quiet voice emanating from the corner of the room, indistinct yet insistent. Straining to listen, words began to bleed into his mind. "Help me." A chill swept through him, the voice resonating with an ancient sorrow. It was not merely a plea, it was a tether pulling at his very soul. Jude stumbled back, eyes darting around the room as shadows shifted and flickered along the walls. In that moment, the disembodied whisper turned desperate, calling out louder, more insistent. Panic gripped him. He didn't belong here. Yet that curious need, a morbid fascination, compelled him to stay. He turned towards the mirror, and to his horror, his reflection warped and distorted, replaced by a figure draped in darkness. A gaunt face emerged from the depths, mouth moving in frantic rhythm with the cries. It pointed a trembling finger past him towards the rocking chair. He dared to glance over his shoulder, and his heart raced as the chair was still, but something rested beneath the seat. He knelt slowly, not daring to breathe. Nestled there was a small, cracked box, radiating an energy that felt both inviting and dread-filled. The voice continued to implore, growing more desperate. "Release me." With every fiber of his being urging him to run, Jude reached for the box. The moment his fingers brushed its surface, the whisper ceased, replaced by silence. The chair stilled, the air cleared, and yet he could feel a cold heaviness settle around him. He stumbled backward, clutching the box to his chest, heart pounding as he bolted from the room. Each step felt like a countdown, a race against whatever ancient force lingered behind him, urging him to turn back. Jude swung the door shut, sealing whatever lay within, and turned the knob, the click echoing like a funeral bell. As the house consumed him once again, he realized he'd not just escaped a room, but released something unspeakable. Outside, the world felt oddly brighter, but a lingering shadow pulled at the corners of his mind. The box, still cradled in his arms, hummed softly, reminding him of what he could never unknow, what he could never escape. He understood then, as he stepped into the light of day, that some doors are meant to remain closed, and some secrets should stay buried deep within the earth, untouched by the curiosity of the living.